Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is for you. Wherever you happen to be right now, this is episode number 3 of the Results Matter Podcast. I'm Mike Voorhees, and I help business leaders, entrepreneurs, and sales professionals become measurably more successful. Today, we're going to continue with part 2 of our 3-part series on customer experience and how, in a world where awful customer service seems to have become the normal, it might just be easier than ever to differentiate yourself. A quick ask before we jump in. If you haven't already, please subscribe, share, and give the podcast a great review wherever you listen. It'll really help us get this content to more people who could really benefit from it. Here we go. I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to customer service, most businesses today do an awful job. And most of these businesses are losing a lot of money and harming their reputation because of it. They may not even realize what their awful customer service is costing them. A lot of businesses, especially those in the service industries, could start charging more if they just start taking better care of their customers. A lot of businesses are at price wars with their competition. They're convinced to earn business they need to be cheaper or at least the same price as their competition. And most of the time, they're completely wrong. You know the drill. Sales, specials, coupons, price matching, we'll beat any deal, yawn. It's all garbage. It's total crap. Instead of doing what everyone else is doing, charging what everyone else is charging, competing on price, what if these businesses started providing noticeably better customer experience? What if they start actually giving their customers great customer service? I'm not going to tell you the customer is always right, but I am going to tell you the customer is always the customer, and the customer has the money, and the customer is the boss. And business leaders who can't accept that the customer's the boss, well, I guess they'll have to keep selling their products and services on sale, because being cheap is the only value they bring to the market. This might surprise you, but I'm really not all that cynical. I'm not so cynical to think that most of these businesses that are delivering awful customer service are doing so intentionally. There's likely a few camps these businesses fall into. Some are folks who don't know their service sucks. Some are folks who've gotten a pretty good idea their service sucks, but they either don't know how to fix it or it's just not a priority. As a customer, I don't care why. If I give you money and you can't deliver to me a good experience, you can bet we're not going to be doing business together very long. About as long as it takes me to find somebody better. When it comes to good customer service, there's a lot of areas businesses get it wrong. But if I had to put my finger on the biggest thing, the most common thing, the most widespread trend in awful customer service today, it's businesses expecting their customers to do their work for them. If I was to draw a customer experience pyramid, at the bottom, at the base, the biggest and strongest part would be easy to do business with. And when businesses ask their customers to work harder than is absolutely necessary, they're getting this customer experience foundational principle all wrong. In customer service, everything you do should be aimed at making the customer's life easier, not more difficult. The last thing customers want to have is to work harder to spend money with somebody. So what do I mean when I say businesses make their customers do their work? Let me tell you a couple quick stories. I recently bought 2 new phones from Verizon Wireless. We upgraded my wife's phone and bought another as a gift. Now, Verizon is obviously a large enough corporation to have done the research and knows that being easy to do business with is important. And this shows in how easy it is to navigate and complete transactions on their website. So I placed the order, chose the plans, typed in my credit card number and all that fun stuff right on their website. Done. Simple. Easy. I was happy. I was happy for about 2 hours until I received an email from Verizon saying that there was an issue processing my payment and I needed to call this number to complete my order. Interesting. So they needed to talk to me about my order, but I was being told to call them. Okay. So I called the number, was greeted by, and had my time wasted by a computer robot phone prompt machine. Then I proceeded to sit on hold for 60 minutes before hanging up. You know the drill. This kind of crap has become all too regular. It's BS. The next day, I had back-to-back meetings, so the plan was for my wife to give them a call and figure out what the issue was. To shorten the story, the initial issue that triggered the email asking me to call them was their system only charged me for one of the two devices. Over the course of the next couple weeks, my wife spent a total of 10 hours of her life, 10 hours of her life, a total of 7 calls, in addition to the 1 hour I spent on hold the first day before giving up. She dealt with being disconnected after being on the phone for over an hour, only one of the 2 phones actually being shipped, and one of the phones not working upon arrival, only to find out after sitting on hold forever that their system was down and we'd have to call back later. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. The amount of time, energy, and effort we spent to give them our money is absolutely absurd. Now, to Verizon's credit, their call center folks are very nice and polite. Unfortunately, the limited empowerment they give their employees to actually solve problems is incredibly narrow. And when something does go wrong, they put the burden to resolve the issue on the customer. Okay? The initial problem could have been quickly solved, and those to follow likely prevented had somebody from Verizon just called me instead of initiating the conversation through an email. Knowing it takes their customers a tremendous amount of time to get a human on the phone, making your customers work to do business with you is bad business. Verizon might have the best cellular network in America, but their customer service is among the worst. And this kind of poor service, it happens all the time. That's why awful customer service feels normal, and that's why business leaders who capitalize on providing a noticeably great customer experience consistently can really stand out and differentiate themselves. Here's another quick story. I recently purchased a couple things from a company that I've gotten stuff from before. I placed the order on their website and selected the shipping option for, I think it was 5 to 7 days or something like that. It wasn't anything I needed urgently or anything like that. After 10 days, I tracked the shipment from the link they supplied me when they sent my order confirmation. The damn box is still sitting in the originating post office distribution center and had been there since they shipped it. I should have paid a few more bucks for FedEx shipping. I know better. Anyway, I emailed my customer service guy over there telling him what I knew and asked him to check into it. He responded to my email the next day telling me that the tracking is probably not accurate and the post office is famous for not updating the status along the way. Frustrated, I responded to him asking if he had actually checked into it like I asked, or if he was just speculating that my package was late, but would be arriving soon. Because according to the tracking, it's still sitting where it started. Another day later, he responded saying no, he did not look into it because they've been having similar issues and my package should be arriving soon. Here's the best part. You ready? Here's the best part. He told me that if I wanted to reach out to the post office, I was welcome to. Are you kidding me? I let him know in my response in no uncertain terms he could cancel the order and I would be taking my concern to their senior leadership, which I did. I shouldn't have had to, but I did. And I reminded him that the post office was their vendor in this transaction, not mine. And it was his job to deal with it, not mine. Now, to this company's credit, after reaching out to their leadership team, they refunded my money and offered to assign my account to someone else. They apologized and acknowledged that there were several opportunities along the way to handle things differently, and I appreciated that and will likely give them another chance because of their eventual rebound. I think they understand the importance of providing positive customer experience and just had an employee not doing what he ought to. At least that's the impression I got, and I hope we'll see. If you want to make your customers angry, if you want bad reviews, okay, if you want to lose business, if you want If you want to have to compete on price because your service isn't worth a premium, then make your customers work to spend their money with you. If you want your business to be known for bad service, try to make your customers do your work for you. I think this is the big one. It's everywhere. If you want to improve your level of service or make sure you're providing a customer experience that customers will actually pay a little more for, this is a great place to start. Take a look at your business, at your processes, your workflows. Are you actually easy to do business with, or are you asking your customers to do work for you? Thank you so much for listening today to the Results Matter Podcast. If you enjoy or find this material useful, please subscribe, give a 5-star rating and a great review, and share the podcast with others. It'll really help us get this material to more people who could benefit from it. Be sure to check out the next episode, which will be the third and final part of this 3-part series on customer experience, where I'm going to provide some useful tips, ideas, and suggestions to help you deliver an excellent customer experience consistently. Kind of tie all this together. Truth is, we live in a world where awful customer service seems to have become the normal, and because of that, it just may be actually easier than ever to differentiate yourself. The Results Matter Podcast is a production of Voorhees Business Solutions. If you'd like to learn more about additional services, products, and solutions designed to give your business an unfair advantage, you'll find a link to voorheesbusiness.com in the show notes. Be sure to sign up for free business coaching delivered right to your inbox. Thank you so much for listening today to the Results Matter Podcast.